Killing me softly. Opa, meu anjo. Peraí. Vamos do começo, né? Por favor. Agora vamos jogar certo. O que sobrou de Edith Finch? Pelo menos eu acho que essa é a tradução. Calma.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm
Peço
sorry.
desculpas por isso.
I'm just going to start at the beginning with the house.
Ok. Eita, que jogo bonito. Ah, não dá pra correr, só dá pra dar zoom. Ok.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Uhum. Essa planta aqui é uma azaleia.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Tá.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Mas que
Maybe
bosta,
she
hein, filho?
thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Que bosta, o menino morreu, você ganhou uma chave do menino. É paia. Essa planta aqui é um bico de viúva.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Oxi, ai. Que susto, achei que era um cara. Ó o viado. Aí o cavalo aí, ó.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Olha que bonito, véi.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Você é louco. Bom, acho que esse jogo não tem loot, né? Então eu não vou ficar andando muito. Tá tudo no Ultra. Tá.
As a child, the house
Cadê o
made me
bagulho?
uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Ixi. Ah, não dá pra abrir o portão aqui. Deixa eu ver o que tem aqui. Desaparecido. Milton Finch.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
Ah, esse é o dragão. Tá. Nossa, tudo dá zoom nesse negócio. Shift, Ctrl, botão direito.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Putz.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Loucura, loucura, loucura. Tá, eu tenho que achar um jeito de entrar. Eu já achei antes, mas eu não lembro. Mas eu achei. Mas eu não lembro. Calma que eu vou achar de novo. Cheio de azaleia, ó. Não dá pra abaixar, bosta. E a garagem? A garagem não dá, né? Ixi. Mano, sabe o que eu queria jogar,
The
velho?
doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Stay out of the house.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Tá. Que lindo, olha, piscininha. Baby Shark.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Ixi, ó.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Isso aqui é receita com salmão. Jogo detalhado, né, mano?
The
Bonito.
table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Ixi, quem era? Ed.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Ed era velho, então.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Né? Puta que pariu, olha aqui. Essa mesa de cu. Gente, tem cheiro de uma cu.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Mas pra que lado que gira?
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Mano, esse povo aí é velho, né? Pô, essa menina tem bisavô. Porra. Não conheci nem meus vô. Oxe, ficou escuro aqui, hein? Vou vazar. Cê é louco. Nossa, aí quanto livro. Puta que pariu.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Pode crer.
My
Na
mom wasn't
confusão.
much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Ó, narguilo. Ai, bora subir.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Quem? Ed, a véia? Bárbara. Nossa, mas ela trancou mesmo, né? Puta que pariu. A menina colocou até enchimento nos bagulho. Olha. Cê é louco. Qual que é o nome? Calvin e Sam. Sven e Ed. Caralho, velho. Surtou. Surtou legal. Millie. Bicho. Que bonito.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Que foda.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Hello.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door.
Ixi.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Molly.
I grew up looking at Molly's room. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I was behind a painting.
Ai, credo. Não, 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 não.
December 13th,
Eu queria explorar
1947.
mais.
Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and
Tadinha.
I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Vamos comer o rato.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Ugh. Come o peixe. Ó.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Ah, tá. Beleza, então, Christopher. Come a estrela marinha. Ai, ficou escuro.
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Nossa, a mãe surtou. Vagabunda. Nossa, vai acabar com a vida dessa mulher, velho.
I kept eating and eating.
Ugh. Ugh.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Ugh. Esse bagulho não é fake, não? Então tá, né?
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Nossa, vai
It
comer
was
o
a
piquito.
barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Vai muito comer o piquito.
And suddenly,
I was a cat.
I was a cat.
Dessa parte eu lembro.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Nossa, eu sou muito para poder. Au. Pera aí, me perdi. Gato? Calma. Ah, tá.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Cadê o piquito? Me dê, me dê. Ali, ó.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Gente, que criança psicopata, mano.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Ô, periquito
Now
do
I was up in the
caralho.
big tree. I
Ô,
promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
ô, passaralho do carilho.
I gobbled her up.
Mano, me engoliu o piquito.
Suddenly, I was an owl.
Ah,
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
dentinhos mordiscando a grama. Ai, menina. Ai, caralho, desci, velho. Não era pra ter acontecido isso. Vai me comer o tuelo?
Rabbits.
Nossa, eu vou comer muito tuelo. Ai.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my
Nossa.
talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Nossa, vamos comer o viado.
A mama rabbit.
Ah, eu não vou comer a mamãe, né? Nem tô enxergando.
to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Ah, porra, nossa, essa menina é doida, velho. Ó, ó. Ixi. Peraí, manjo. Ixi, peraí, tá difícil. Ai. Nossa. Baby shark.
I rolled off a cliff into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Agora eu tava com mais fome que nunca. Meu Deus.
I wanted fat, juicy seeds.
Pega.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Caralho, querida. Olha, tadinha do... Nossa, tadinho do laguinho do mar, velho.
I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Como que eu me mexo? Ixi.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Ugh. Meio disgusting.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Ui! Ai, que assustei, ai. Caralho.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Tenho a flecha do cupido. A riqueza é ilusão. Gente, eu tava acertando todo mundo. Nhau.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Tubarão,
I
te
slid
amo.
it onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Falcão, te amo. Ai, tubarão. Ai, galera. Ai. Eu tô na minha casa.
I got closer and closer.
Tubarão. Não, tá brilhando ali, eu vou ali, né? Pelo amor de Deus.
All my stomach started growling.
Ixi, é nóis, hein?
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Mano, essa menina é cabulosa, velho. Puta que pariu, por isso que eu tenho medo de ter filho. Imagina se é criança dela.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
É, a véia doida. Eu tenho que completar o diário, será? Sei lá. Vazei, galera.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
Nossa, tá velha doida, meu Deus do céu.
We
Ô, que
got
família.
along and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Ô, mulher. Ô, família cabulosa, viu? Foda demais.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Ué.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Nossa, imagina morrer porque você tava construindo um escorregador.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Nossa, a véia tava fudida, velho. Tomava banho sentada.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Ai, que coisa
It was
feia.
a pretty big trace.
Tá, só isso? Ah, tá.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Foda. Pera, mas eu vou entrar? Eu não terminei de explorar o quarto. Eu vou entrar. Então, tá bom.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Cadê? Ah, tá. Ó o Milton de novo. Levanta, querida. Ah, que fofo, quartinho dos meninos.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Fofo.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by
Sam Finch. Fink.
The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Olha o pé quebrado.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Meu Deus, todo mundo morreu essa
Our
família.
funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Ah tá, não, o menino tá vivo.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Meu Deus, o menino vai se jogar, velho.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that, maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Mano, o menino morreu, né, velho?
then maybe he'd still be here.
Ele morreu.
But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Mano, todo
That's
mundo
what I
morre
want
essa
to remember
família,
about my
velho.
brother.
Família de... Todos horrorosos. Acho que peligro.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Mano, o menino se jogou do penhasco, velho. Que horrível. Olha aqui a data dele.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
11 anos. Nossa. Enfim, todo mundo morre na porra da
After
família.
the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Nossa, que horrível.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot
Ixi,
in the
perdi o
room
bagulho.
again.
Tá, porra. Caralho, vamos lá então, né?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Milton.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Credo.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Que nojão.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Meu Deus, a Bárbara também morreu, velho. É foda demais.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of
Barbara Finch.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your
Mas que
basement
cara chato.
locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And
Que
when she
legal.
found the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Eu me mexo, nossa, que legal, velho.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Ué.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Meu Deus. Ai. Ah, tem mais coisa aqui.
The old finch rattled and grew still.
Babaca do caralho. Tomou uma só pra ficar esperto.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Uma só pra
act
ficar esperto.
furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Puta que pariu, aí fudeu, né? Que bonito, velho. Nossa, que lindo. Então tá. Onde que é o quarto do menino, meu Deus? Walter. Aqui.
Walter, are you there?
E aí, galã?
Vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious
Puta,
activity.
o menino foi assassinado, velho. Não, ela foi assassinada.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he really was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Oxi, o que eu faço?
Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Ai, meu Deus. Nossa, o jogo me deixou por conta própria. Socorro, 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 socorro. Aqui, 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 aqui.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Puta que pariu. Galera!
Holly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Dá um couro nele, dá um couro nele. Pau! Pau!
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over.
Mano, olha a velocidade que essa vagabunda tá indo. Vai mais devagar. Chega lá, o cara não vai estar lá. Olha lá, o que eu falei? Cadê o cara? Cadê?
Hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Fudeu.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Ixi, fudeu.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Vai se fuder esse jogo, que ódio.
The monsters
Que ódio.
surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Ué? Ué?
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent.
Ué?
Girl, she had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Puta que pariu.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Meu amigo. Bom, outra que já foi de comes, né?
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Meu amigo. Bárbara. 1944 1960. Tá. Nossa, pobre Bárbara. Como que eu saio daqui agora? Só pra saber. Será que tem que voltar aqui?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Que isso?
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Ladinho.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Onde que eu vou agora, família?
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Vagabunda. Tá. Calma aí. Me dá 5 minutos.
I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
Eu imagino se aquela... Putz, perto do porão. Onde que é o porão? Porão, porão. Porão, porão. Tá, vamos pro porão. Ô, lerdo do caralho. Tubarão. Ó. Nice. Ó, será que meu pai se fudeu?
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Caralho. É fake. Walter, 1952 a
Goodbye,
2005.
everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Ai, é o menino lá que tá escondido embaixo da cama.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine.
Ô, bagulho lagado.
That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today.
Pêssego.
I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just
Ô, puta que pariu.
stopped. Whatever that thing was,
Nossa, ele tá todo
it
leproso.
was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Nojão.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Cabuloso. O menino ficou morando no porão, velho.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind
Pô, é rápido, né? Olha.
or a month or a single week.
Or a day.
I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Nossa! Mano, que jogo é esse, velho?
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Meu Deus, todo mundo foi de comes. O que é isso? Walter é o vô? Não, né? Sei lá.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the
Ah,
house,
tio.
I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Que lindo. Vagabunda fez fazer o caminho inteiro de novo.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Ixi.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Derp
3
Jr.,
of the gerbils were
Burp,
mine, 2 had been my fault.
Chirp, Furp, Lurp, Zerp, Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, Luck. Luck é o cachorro. Peixe, coelho. Bailey. Nossa, quanto bicho! Shadow. Christopher. Bob. Oliver. Shatsy.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly Finch. 37 a 47. Calvin Finch. 50 a 61. Sven Finch. 1915 e 1964. Ed Finch. 1917 a 2010. Walter Finch. Barbara Finch.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gregory Finch. Sam Finch. Gus Finch.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Milton Finch.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Sanjay Kumar. Quem é esse cara? Lewis Finch. Lewis é o nome de uma homem,
I
mulher?
wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find
Essa mulher tá
everything
viva?
out for myself.
Bom, espero que sim, né?
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Meu Deus, a menina tem 17 anos, tá grávida de 22 semanas.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Sim. Sim. Sam. Lelé. Wahoo! Bora lá, galera. Ah, peraí. Dá uma pausa aqui que eu cansei um pouquinho.